Oh my god, that game. But it's
if you start talking about that, I'm going to be really mad because that is so not why we're here. So
let's not do that. No,
it plays differently.
Yeah. So if you look at how those kind of games work, it's more of a you select a unit and you issue them orders and say like, I'd like you to move here, I'd like you to attack here, that kind of thing. Whereas an action game, the concept is more you don't have to issue the order, you just do the thing and it does it. Even if under the hood it all works the same, the perception's different, right?
Right.
But if you look at like how Guild Wars 1 sort of worked, it was still more of like, I would like you to walk here. You click on a spot on the ground. I'd like you to move here.
And then Guild Wars here. Look at this thing. Target it.
Yeah, and so and if you need to like do something behind you, like you turn the camera, and then you do the thing, and then you turn the camera, and you do the thing.
Yeah.
And that is carried forward into Guild Wars 2, where we still have this: you turn the camera and you act, and you turn the camera and you act. Even though the game is trying to be more like an action game, where you just kind of act in the direction you're looking all the time.
So would it be cool if we had some sort of like action cam?
Well, you think so, right?
See how I did that?
Yeah, nice. And so, anyway, it didn't really occur to me that this was something that was kind of missing in the game until I played some other games, other MMORPGs.
You're allowed. It's okay.
Am I? Am I allowed to play other MMOs?
You are. We don't throw you off the roof for that.
Right. So, can I name names?
If you must.
I don't have to.
Okay. I want to hear about this action. I want to hear about action.
I know you do. But I'm just trying to. I'm trying to like lay some groundwork here. But anyways, I was playing them. And I was like, hold on. Why don't we do this? Why aren't we doing this? Because like, I wouldn't put up with this in a shooter, for example.
But that would be super funny.
And it's a little weird. And so like players have sort of made do so far. But they're like, okay, well, I still want it to play like an action game. So I'll just always keep camera look. They like hold down right mouse button. And it gets you about what you want, but it's a little kludgy. And so really what this comes down to is that extra degree of freedom you've got on the mouse, where you can move the mouse around and select stuff. It really isn't necessary. You don't need it.
We can do better.
And so that really is like the key dividing difference. Like that is what we're missing to go all the way into being an action game. So
here's a thing.
So here we go. So I did some work, some things.
You've been working on this for a long time.
So we can go to the history of it now, or I can show it now.
Let's see it.
Let's
take a look.
All right. So
because she just seems amazing.
Are we? I have no idea of knowing what
this right here is what you're looking
at. There we go.
The bottom left. All right. So what does it do?
All right,
How is this making it better for me?
First off, just show you the thing. So in controls, you probably haven't noticed because it hasn't been in there. There's this magical action camera. I think Colin named it. I'm not sure. If you didn't name it, Colin, I'm still giving you credit. And what is action camera? Well, it's an action game. It is a camera mode suited for actioning. So I've set it to left alt. That's where I've seen it in other games. And you push the magic button, hang on to your butts, and no fingers.
Cool.
If you notice, there's a little dot in the middle of the screen.
It's not a snowflake.
That is a crosshair. And it is a dot because this came from our one of our art leads, Luke Knocker. He's like,
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, Luke, right. And we go as far back as I go in this company. And he's like, I really like having a very minimal targeting thing. I didn't really have any reason to say no, so it's a dot.
That works. And I noticed when you panned over something that you can hit.
We'll get there.
No, I want to see all the things right at the same time.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so the basic stuff, right? So you've got free control, no fingers. I think yeah. And move around, And as this is an action game, and we would like to emphasize freedom of motion, you run at full mobility in all directions, which is different. Like if you turn it off, you notice you've got this slower animations, but we don't need that. So it's like you've turned the camera sort of in free cam, and they're looking behind you, except you're not. You're just holding back. All right. So we have this crosshair. We're like, okay, well, that's nice. What does it do? And this sort of segues into, not really segues is the wrong word, but sort of underlines the fact that the sort of camera control-y part of it took me like a week. I did that like a
gosh.
year ago. And it was just sort of a first prototype, like, I wonder if I could do this, because I really would like to have this in the game. And we don't have this.
Pause and show you this from chat. You haven't even
started
it yet.
You're welcome. There's a lot more to come.
Zaralai, we're glad you're happy.
Yeah. Anyway, so the sort of camera side of it is actually very simple. Targeting is actually where things get really complicated and where I've spent most of my time. And I've just sort of been working on this, just for reference. This has just been sort of a background project I've been working on since last October. And you're just coming in on the weekends. Many Sundays have died, bring us these features. And it's great. OK, so I see you saw the deer. So here's how it works. There are 4 states on the crosshair. So we have nothing. There's a dude under your crosshair who could be a target. You get closer. Actually, let's switch ones. There we go. There's a dude under your crosshair, and this little circle means, and if you use a skill, it's going to target that guy. And then the final state, where it rotates, says, all right, there's a dude under your crosshair. It's too dark. Let's make it. There we go.
Hey, look at that.
And then this means there's a dude under your crosshair, and he's in range of skill 1. That'll be significant in a moment. Skill 1 is special. All right. Furthermore, attacks happen toward the crosshair, so if you don't have a guy targeted, you go, pew! Wow, that is very hard to see. I shoot over a bridge. Nope. All right, let's find something like lighter. Why are the shots blue? Why would you do this? All right, well, anyway, that's disappointing. Yeah, so he's shooting right at the crosshair.
Hey, you just found a thing to work on.
No, that's just effects. It's not my problem. Anyway, but you can see the arrow itself, though. It's going like right at the crosshair. And also, astute observers may have noticed, I'm hitting left click to fire that. I don't have to hit 1. 1 also works, but I don't have to. Because left click now, we're not using it for any camera controls. It's like, fine, it's skill 1 now. Just like any shooter you're used to. Let's see. Yeah, works for melee weapons. Swing. Swing the direction. And then we can go, you watch the crosshair rotate. That's actually pretty hard to see on that background, but and you swing away. And the deer dies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bambi. I just killed your mother. It's harsh. It's harsh. All right.
You don't even sound a little bit sorry.
Not really.
Okay.
I can just spawn more. It's the magic of video games. All right. So, anyway, I can show. Let's see. What should we talk about next?
So.
What should we talk about next?
Skill retargeting?
No, that's way too soon.
Then
Let's
don't
talk about
ask me.
Yeah. Let's not ask you about that.
Because this is what I have next on my list.
I see. All right. So
Here, you know what? See this. Go with what you feel led.
All right. Well, actually, I'm just going to take a lot of it then. So there are a lot of things where when I was setting this, I was like, this specific thing, let's not look at that because there's.
Come on, hit me.
That was
There's a
me.
moose.
That was me hitting a button. I don't want to kill a moose. People can use that at the time. All right. So there are a couple things when I was doing this. I was like, all right, what is it that annoys me about targeting a lot right now? So there's a couple of them. So first off, let's go find a deer. Hello, deer. There you go. Okay, so here's one thing that annoys me. When you are not using this action camera, it is sometimes very hard to know whether you are going to use a skill on the guy or not. Like, I can do this. Probably, I'm going to shoot that deer. Yep. And you're like, why did I shoot the deer? Because he was, like, way over there, and that's weird. And I didn't know that ahead of time that I'd be shooting him. And now I shot him, and now he's fighting me, and I don't want to. It's especially bad with movement skills. So, like, skill 3, for example, it is very frustrating when there's a guy right over there, and you're like, I'd like to go that way. And it goes, no, I think you want to go this way, actually. And so a lot of people are like, OK, well, I'll just turn off auto-targeting because it's really frustrating, and I'll just live with it. And that's too bad, because auto-targeting can make your life a lot easier. So now what you know is, OK, well, if there's a circle, there we go. If there's a circle, then I'm going to use a skill on him. If there's not, I'm not going to use a skill on him. I'm just going to go that way. So at any point, you know exactly what your skill's going to do. You don't have to worry about it. You just know. It's also nice. There's another situation I run into a lot where, like, I'll lock a guy. Let's grab this guy. And they're like, you know what? There's a dude over here, and I forget I have this guy locked. Where's the dude? Where's my dude over here? Dude. I'm pushing buttons. No. And where's dude over here? There's dude over here. And, like, I sure would like to fight this guy. But this guy's like, no, you want to fight me. but I want to fight that. Stop! Stop! I'll destroy you. I will kill your entire family. All right. Anyway. All right.
Everybody in the room just lost it.
Sorry. Anyway, so.
But the thing is, he is.
Yeah, so.
He's doing exactly
so what I want to do is I want to say, all right, I got this guy locked, but I want to fight somebody over this way.
Dara's like crying back here.
And so now I know. If nothing is marked, then I'm not going to attack anybody. If that guy is marked, I'm going to attack that guy. You can see like he's got a little circle under his feet. So even though that's the guy that's locked, I'm going to attack that guy. See? Pew, pew, pew. There it goes. Yeah, shooting the moose. Shoot the moose. Shoot the moose more. Fabulous dragon pole right there.
Oh my gosh.
Probably haven't seen that yet. All right. Moose is dead. Mission accomplished. So it's just a couple, like, as I was doing this, I was like, well, okay, so what annoys me? How can I fix it? How can I make it better? So it's good. Anyway. But yeah, and so one of the key things, which people may guess, like, I wonder why this is important, is the shots do land right where I'm pointing on the ground. And I wonder why we might want such a feature, what sort of content we might make.
Tell us, Joel. Why?
Well, I mean, I can leave it up to people's imaginations.
That would be more fun.
It would be more fun, actually. Let's do that. Maybe something to look forward to. I mean, it's a possibility. Okay.
Okay, so after you threatened to kill their entire family, I couldn't resist and I had to peek at chat. Give this man a raise and a pie and a hug. Oh my God. It's like the best chat comment ever.
I'm glad they like me. All right. So, a couple more things. So, right click, since you're not using it for turn the camera anymore. I spent a while trying to figure out what to use right click for. So left click's very easy, right? That's skill 1. It's done. That's your auto attack. It's like any shooter, it's just shoot, right? But right click's a little weird. In some games, it's another skill. Mm-hmm. In some games, it's like it's a zoom. Like a lot of shooters, it's a zoom, mm-hmm. which we don't really do. And so we're like, well, what do we do? And it says, like, okay, well, I can try making it skill 2. And that works for some weapons. But for others, it's kind of weird. It's not like really a secondary fire. It's just some completely arbitrary skill. And so I was asking around for opinions. I got an opinion from, I don't know if I want to call him out on stream, somebody in programming. And he was like, you know what would be cool? If right-click locked your target. Because there really isn't a great way. I mean, there's no like great way to lock the dude under your crosshair. He's like, I want that guy over there.
Right.
Boom. So right-click now locks him. Right-click again will clear him if he's not under your crosshair at the time.
Okay.
So why would you lock a target? Why does this matter? Because I'm clearly using other target, right? Like, why would I need to do any of these things? This goes there. That's fine. The bear or something. Surely there are bears around. There's a rabbit. Rabbits do. Hello, rabbit. And so, okay, a couple things. So there's a little subtle thing about targeting where you can see where it actually goes live. This rabbit's good. It's not moving. And it goes, okay, right around here-ish is where it holds. But actually, you're much faster than I thought you were. All right. If I lock a guy, it's much more generous. It'll still drop him eventually, but it takes longer, and you get a more generous circle arm. So it's like, I mostly want to fight this guy, but I'm going to be like flailing around in combat. Probably not the rabbit, but like someone else who's a little tougher.
Might be one of those really dangerous rabbits.
Sure. It might be helpful to lock the target, or more accurately, like if there are a bunch of guys, I want that guy in the middle, that dude specifically. Then you could lock them, and most of your attacks are going to end up on that guy because he's going to be the one that's picked out of all the hover targets. Also, it's a good point. So other targeting has this sort of other targeting has this kind of stigma. A lot of players like, this is awful. I think it mostly comes from the movement skill thing, or just like picking guys behind you, kind of weird. Just going around in circles. It's be entertaining. And so
it already is so much.
Yeah, and so auto targeting does work differently. If you are using this action camera mode, auto targeting it's basically like mouse hover. It's heavily modified, but it is basically mouse hover. It'd be like if I was doing this. Oh, I'm so slow. So it's different. It's better for realsies, guys. You can use it. It's safe. There's a bear. Hello. He's a bear. He's a bear, all right. I don't really need to fight a bear. The point is, So yeah, you can lock a guy and make it so that he has higher priority in a pile of bodies if you need. Or you can like, I just want to keep tabs on this guy. So it's like I like to keep tabs on the salmon while I'm running around, doing things. And so you will still target other stuff, like this deer. I'll shoot the deer, but I'm still watching this. There we go. There's my mouse pointer. That's what I wanted. All right. So that's that part of it. Okay, but then there are going to be people like, that's nice. But what I'd really like to do is play Skyrim again, especially like at the nice Timberline Falls setting here. And like I just want to play Skyrim. So Skyrim does not really have auto targeting. So what we can do is just turn it off. And now, is it really that fun? I'm not really trying here, but
You're just naturally incredible.
all right, cool. That's reassuring. I was a little worried. And so now nothing locks, right? We don't get this like target thing. So I'm gonna buzz this past this deer, boom. Like be afraid, deer. I'm not actually hitting the deer.
The deer's like, whatever.
It's like I don't.
You've killed my entire family. I have nothing left to live for.
What do you expect from a deer? Like, I mean, they're deer. But what you can do is so this came from like so John Peters liked this feature a lot back before he betrayed us and ran away. Traitor.
Do you need a moment?
That's fine. And so what he liked to do is he liked to play without targeting off, but he would lock targets. And so he's like, I want this guy, and so you can lock him, and then it'll do all the normal targeting stuff. But if you don't lock him, it won't. So that's another. If you want to play that way, go for it.
I like it.
That's you want to play first person? Absolutely. You can do that too. Pew. Pew.
You're in serious trouble with this deer.
So nonchalant about it. Oh, there we go. Too late.
He's like, oh, hey, I'm on fire.
All right. So, I think that's the gist of it. There's not a whole lot more on
I feel like that's tons.
It's a lot. And so yeah, it's one of those things where I have been working on this a long time. And there's more. I touched the mic. I should not touch the mic. Sorry.
I'll slap your hand away next time.
Yeah. Didn't even think about it.
You're too quick.
And there have been features that have gone in that have sort of hinted at it. Honestly, the strings have been in the DAT file for a long time.
You guys have been playing with this and you just didn't realize.
Something like that. Either Shaman is a saint or he just didn't know this, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just say, yeah, I know what this is, and I just won't tell anybody. So thanks, Shaman.
So what did you put in
and so
the game already?
So features that have been visible. So camera offsets. Those are mine. These went back in March. So you have this horizontal position. It's just like, that's weird. Why would you want a horizontal position? It's like, well, because I want to do over-the-shoulder crosshair thing. That reminds me of another thing I want to show. Yeah, so you notice I'm not centered. That's because I sure like being able to do this. It's kind of nice. It's a lot of third-person shooters sit over the shoulders. And this vertical offset, if you notice, as I zoom out, it's kind of. And originally that was just going to be for action camera stuff. And I need so it's just something that most people don't think about. I keep reminding myself of stuff on the show too. If I want to target something ahead of me and I'm looking down, it is bad news if the crosshair just stays like this, because I'm going to shoot at my feet. I'm not going to be able to hit anything in front of me. So what you need is you need to gain some distance. Oh, this is going to ruin it, but like this distance here is critical.
Yeah.
And so one of the ways that's accomplished is you do this, set this vertical position far, and you just crank that as high as you're comfortable with. And so at the time, in March, it just looked like, okay, well, all we're trying to do is get the camera up off the ground. So as you zoom out, you don't end up with this super low angle.
Right. You're just looking at the side of that rock.
Let me turn it off. There we go. That. We don't want that. Because that, I mean, you get this like really stretched textures when you're close to the ground. It doesn't look very good. So what we want is that. Because really what we care about what's up here and not what's down here. So this gives you a lot more usable space up here. So that was the justification for it at the time. But secretly, it was actually an action camera feature that just nobody knew. All right. There have been some leaks, but I guess that's like the next segment. So let's not do that. I'm figuring this out as I go. It's very extemporaneous. A couple other things. People are like, okay, ground targeted skills. How do they work? Like, well, it's very simple. They go right where your crosshair goes. There we go. Also, that is a very interesting ground target marker. You know they did that. And
Surprise!
there it is. Also,
It's all good.
the lock max range ground target thing, that's also mine. You're welcome. But that was also largely intended for an action camera kind of thing, where your mouse, you can't easily move your mouse up to specific spots. It's like, fine, we'll just like have it at max range. It'll be good. I guess I can actually shoot that. It's not quite the head of mine. This one I think is just a normal ground target marker. Pew, pew, pew.
Hey.
Wow, and does the all right, what else? Oh yes, okay. So a couple more things. So people are like, that's great, but what if I don't have this? What if I don't want to bind alt or some convenient key to this? I just kind of want to turn it on and leave it. I don't want to deal with other stuff, but I still would like to access, I don't know, my inventory, or my friends list, for example.
Right.
My real-world commentary. I have no friends. It's very sad. It's harsh. This game is just harsh, man. You're like, okay. So if you notice, when I brought that up, it automatically turned off my camera, and when I closed it, camera mode came back. I didn't have to do anything else.
Perfect.
And so basically, it's looking for any dialogues that pop up, most dialogues that pop up, and it'll shut it off. But it remembers which ones were active the last time you turned the camera on, so I can go like, I'd like to have my friends list up, but I still like to play with this camera mode on, because I don't know reasons.
Because
I don't know.
Because you want to.
I'm not here to judge too much. Yeah. So and then I can bring up another dialogue on top of it. I don't think I want to open my inventory because it's insane. Okay, we do it real fast. Wow, what is this?
oh, clean that up.
This is what happens when you like unlock. You just like let's just do the div command. It gives you everything, and it gives you everything.
Yeah, that's.
All right. Anyway, but yeah. So if you notice, when I brought that up, it turned it off. Whoop, controls, and then when I closed it, I don't know what happened. We'll pretend it didn't happen. And I'll go figure that out.
We can edit it out like we're going to edit out Josh's stuff later.
This is fine. We're all fine here now. How are you?
I am so great right now.
Good. All right. I think that covers all the action camera stuff, though.
I think they like
Well,
it.
I'm not done.
Nope,
there's more. I've been doing this a long time. I've been waiting to talk about this for basically a year.
I'm like looking down at my notes going, but what about...
I've been trying to ship this stuff for a long time.
You've put in a lot on this.
A lot of hours.
So what's the more?
All right, so is that really the next thing? So soon. All right. Well, in that case, I know how I set this up. I'm gonna go switch characters. I don't know how we.
All right. Yep. This is the next thing, and this is the one that is going to make my life better.
Yeah.
Blast
all right.
face melt.
So engineer characters. Like I use engineers, and this sounds great and all. But I use grenades, and grenades are ground targeted, or mortars in this case. And like, that's nice, but you still gotta like click and fire, and click and fire, click and fire. And it's like, well, that's great and all, but it's really not that different from hitting one and one. Things haven't changed for anybody. Also, plugins are like fireworks, yeah. It's like fireworks are dangerous, kids. You should stay away.
There's water. It's fine.
Safe and sane rules, man. I just shot one.
Look,
okay.
there's babies.
I know. They're invincible. It's fine. The babies cannot be harmed. So they're like, okay, but hold on. What if I was using instant grip targeting? Now what might happen? And the thing is, if you hold down left click, it just pushes 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for you, pretty much, and so you go like this. Explosions! Explosions! Yes! There we go.
I love that there's a quagging off to the right going, whoa.
Fireworks, kids! Fireworks! So you're welcome, engineer players. Hopefully this makes your life just a little better. Because I played engineer for a little while and went, man, this really is actually really annoying. So there you go. That's really all I wanted to show. I mean, while we're here, flamethrowers also better. It's like fire. I mean, I named them this way for a reason. Yeah, so flamethrowers, same deal. It's kind of like, but the good one is the mortar kit, right? Just fire away. And I love instant ground targeting. I use it all the time. It's wonderful.
Because explosions.
Because explosions. Like I don't need to put up this push the button over and over again. It's just like it's fire. All right. That's engineers.
That was great.
But there's more. But wait.
But wait,
There's
more.
My Reaper of Lols.
You have
Diablo
the
3 humor.
You have the
It's
best character
an
names.
art in the programming department to like come up with stupid pun names. Like, it's a thing we do. So here we are back.
Wow, so much stuff just got
Oh my
explained.
God! Why did you attack me? I will end you. All right, fine. Ugh. So the thing about Reaper is they're really good. Like really, really good. Just this is not related to features, but oh my gosh! So we've been doing playtesting, right?
A little bit, yes.
Just a bit. And I've been playing mostly Reaper, and holy crap, just really good. Like, they just seem unfair. But you know what? Like, they got okayed to ship, so like, here we go. It's happening. So, Necro players, you're in a good place.
I'm just gonna go.
You're in a good place. Don't worry. All right. So.
Don't worry.
But the thing is, staff. So how about that Necro staff? And so, whenever I was playing Necro, I'd be like, you know, staff seems like it's probably pretty good, but all the skills are ground targeted, and that's annoying because it's like I can't be bothered to like ground target stuff. And it's like, you know what? All I really want to do is just have the ground targeted skills cast on the dude I'm shooting at. That's really all I want. I don't need the precise aiming. I'm not like playing PvP or something. Maybe I am playing PvP. I just don't care.
You don't even know at this point.
It doesn't, you know, it's like, just get mostly there. So, it's like, well, what if I did do that? And so there's this fancy little thing. Get to the last one. It's like, snap ground target to current target. And suddenly, who's going to be the unfortunate target? It will be... Oh, I have all the turning on. And the girls are like, I'm going to kill you.
I volunteer.
I'm going to kill you. All right, here we go. And so now it's like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to cast it there. And you just kind of far away. You don't really need to aim that precisely. It just works. And they're like, we're all gonna die.
Does anybody else just want to sit down and play the game with Joel for hours?
I don't know.
I kind of do.
Hello, target. All right, let's work this guy.
Did that just say you have helped the girl? That seems like the opposite of help.
I'm helping. So,
Oh
all right.
gosh.
So,
Okay.
so where this actually came from?
Yes.
This came from an alpha suggestion, where so I said it was my idea, but it really wasn't. It was actually from the alphas. They were like, okay, so action camera's great and all. We point at the dude and shoot at like his body, but then we have to use a ground target skill and we have to look down at his feet, especially like a tall target or something like giant or something, and you have to do like this, and that's really annoying. Like, we're lazy. We don't want to deal with that. And so we're like, well, what if there's just an option to like put the ground target at the feet? It's like, that's a great idea. I would actually like that all the time. So this just kind of happened, and it's great. It's really nice. I'm so lazy, and it's wonderful. You just kind of run, and it does the things. But okay, so let's say this, like, I want this most of the time. But there are occasions, especially if you're using like, you know, Mortar Kit or something with a really slow projectile, and it's like, yeah, I actually do need to lead the target in this situation, but most of the time I want it on. And I don't want to have to open up the options menu and click this little checkbox before I go like in the middle of combat or something that's stupid. So there's another thing, this keybind here, snap ground target. What this actually does, this one on the bottom, is an inverse. So if I have it on normally and I hold this thing down, it turns it off. If I have it off normally and I hold this, it turns it on. And I bound the T because I couldn't figure out what key I wanted, but I just need to show it. So to show this, I should probably turn on actual ground, like some visible indicator. So let's see. So click it. See how it's locked to this guy? This is also pretty useful for just visualizing. Hello. So it's on this guy, and I hold down T. And now just let go. Here you go. That's all it does. Oh.
That's enough. And
Over here.
okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So.
That's snap ground targeting. It's really nice. I use it all the time. I usually just like, you know, let's like switch the staff and just kind of roll across the keyboards. Hit with all the marks.
Do you have to make the noise?
I do. It's very
Okay.
important. That is what makes it stronger. is.
Oh dear. All right, I'm supposed to be keeping us on track, and I've been way
Good
too
luck.
entertained. It's like 1:40. So, and we have more stuff to talk
There
about.
is-
So, what else you got?
Okay, so there is. Honestly, it's easy to talk about, but it's very complex internally.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
my lady Sladrill. Her pet's Baragorn and Stegolas. It'd be great. I use Baragorn on live and Boromir. It's fantastic. It's what I do. Actually, my pet is gone. You're not. Oh, I see. Because we're probably not.
There he is. You're
Yeah,
good.
it's the wrong pet. He's okay. Here's Baragorn. Let's run with Baragorn. Good old classic Barbo stuff. And so we're like, okay. Secret discussions going on in the background here. And so we're like, okay. You know what would be nice?
I think Link's like, I have work to do.
Yeah, I know. It must suck.
Okay.
Is I would like to be able to say, I'm attacking a guy, and he dies, or something like that. Or I'm attacking a guy and I don't actually want to attack that guy. Or I'm attacking a guy and it's like, you know, I actually want to attack that guy over there. And I should be able to just switch in the middle of the skill.
Yes.
That would be very nice. I would like that very much.
Because this thing died, and I still
Yeah, for
have
example,
half the skill
I don't want to
left.
blow the rest of my skill on this, so it's like instant frog. So okay. Here's the final thing: allow skill retarding. Click the button. What did I even write there? Sure. Okay.
Okay, if you don't know, we're all in a lot
I don't
of
know.
trouble.
I wrote something. It's like surely editing will change it, and it probably didn't. They're like, it's fine. The words are fine. You're good at words, which is lies, but I'm happy they believe it. So what'll happen is when a skill is going on, it has, like, for example, skill 2 is a great example. That's why I used the Ranger. It has a bunch of attacks that execute. And so what it'll say is, okay, at every point before they execute, we will, like, essentially reevaluate which target you would like. So the client says, I sure would like to shoot this guy now. And so the server says, okay, well, we're in the middle of this execute.
Right.
But next execute, I'm happy to change it for you. Unless it's early enough in the process that it's like, now we can change it now. So sometimes it won't happen until the attack goes up. Sometimes it'll wait. So for example, let's see if I can do this on 2 frogs. Little frogs. So like, boop. It's like, no, this is starting this guy and then on that guy who is now dead. And my bear was like, I'll help you. It's like, shoot that guy. Like, you know what? I would like to
So confused.
shoot this green Moa and then switch to the Etten because let's say he was actually almost dead, even though he's not. Like so like do the classic bear bow knockback. It's actually kind of appropriate here. And so basically, the reason why this is important for action camera specifically is see he died and like I want that one. And so you can still reclaim some of your skill. The reason why this is important for action camera is the expectation is that I'm going to fire basically at my crosshair. Mm-hmm. And so it is very strange when there's a guy off to the side who I start shooting at, and then I turn and look this way, but I'm still shooting that guy. Mm-hmm. And so if I say, you know what, I can actually switch to that guy now, problem solved. You don't have to like turn all targeting off. You don't have to just manually aim it. You can say, yeah, we'll like intelligently help you shoot the thing. And so it's easy to show. It's complicated internally, but it works.
You have a lot into this, so there's a lot to talk about.
There is many.
Plus, it was really, really fun. So
Many stories.
it's all good.
I've forgotten what else we're going to talk about, but that is.
I think you covered everything. I don't have anything else.
I hope I covered everything. Expect there will be questions.
I have nothing else. Mostly right now, there's just wild praise. So, good job. All right, so
skills pay the bills.
That's Action Cam.
It's Action Camera.
And we have one more thing coming up. So we will be back. I will let you get back to work. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure I'm thanking you on behalf of everybody watching right now.
And you're welcome, everybody who is,
who wants to kill deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
it's a thing we do.
We will be back in a couple of minutes.